Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Greenland Quilter channel. My name is Katie, and I'm so glad you're here. We're going to do a late night sew tonight, and we're going to talk about what I'm going to work on in just a minute. I hope everybody has been having a good week so far. It's already Wednesday, hump day, yay. Let me know in the chat what y'all been working on. I would love to hear. So today, as I said, I'm going to be working on hand and soul, and I'm going to be working on the Kismet block. And let me show you what that block looks like. It looks like this. Hold on a second. All right, hold on 1 minute, please. Okay, so I'm going to put it up to the other camera so you can see it. This is the block we're going to work on today. And I'm going to start up with batiks, and then tomorrow, Thursday, for Thursday's live, I will do the use the other handloom wovens for the same block. So we'll be sewing it twice. Okay. Let me know when you're in the chat, and then while I'm waiting on the chat, we're going to talk about Kismet, and it's probably it's potentially I might not be saying the word right, but this is accept the things to which fate binds you and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all of your heart. Marcus Aurelius Meditations. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about what they've talked about this block. It says there is a word in Turkish kismet that most of us know as a kind of romantic fatalism, in the sense that some things are simply meant to be, but it points towards something much deeper that both the ancient Stoics and the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche were circling when they used the Latin phrase amor fati, or love of fate. Amor fati doesn't actually mean resigning yourself to whatever happens. It means not wishing your life had gone differently. Not just bearing what is necessary, but embracing it and all of it. It is a natural human impulse to resist what we don't want, sometimes replaying the timeline to look for the moments we could have changed things. Amor fati asked us to consider a different question. What if this too belongs? What if the full arc of your life is what has made you capable of depth, compassion, and a particular kind of understanding you couldn't have come by any other way? This is not toxic positivity or the banal insistence that everything happens for a reason, or worse, that suffering is secretly a gift. The Stoics who lived this philosophy most authentically did so by simply realizing that their energy belonged on how they responded to what happened, not on wishing it hadn't. In that realization, they found something that looked a lot like freedom. Kismet invites us to try this out as a practice. Consider looking at the full, complicated, imperfect, and beautiful shape of your life and say, this was mine and I wouldn't have it any other way. So that's what this block is based on. Later in the live, we're going to have a bit of a discussion about comments people make. One in particular that I want to talk about, because you know the old saying, I'm sure all of y'all have heard this saying, strike one, fair enough. Strike two, lesson learned. Strike three, you're out. And so I'm to the point of strike three, you're out. I'm going to say something about it, and I don't want to, because I don't feel like that I should have to. So later on in the live, we're going to have this discussion, and it's going to be the last time we have this discussion. And I'm not going to say anyone's name. The people who are making the comments know who they are, and that'll be the end of it. And if you keep on making it, I'm just going to ignore it completely, and you can let it fester in your heart. Just saying. Okay. Let's talk. Let me show you how I'm going to do this. I have already let me say hi to you guys in the chat that's already here. Please don't leave because of what I just said either. But it needs to be discussed, and I am going to discuss it. Hi, Andrea. How are you doing? I hope you're getting settled back into your regularly scheduled time at home. Hello, Mary. Welcome, welcome. And hi, Felicia. It's good to see you too. Y'all don't forget to do the poll. And let me know what you're working on and yeah, how your week has been. Hey, Happy, it's good to see you too. Okay, so because I'm using these coffee shop batiks with extra colors in it, this block is a bit of a challenge because it looks a lot like a flower to me. But if you go by what it's discussing in here, I'm going to go with the flow, and I asked for a little help. I was auditioning some of the colors, and I've come up with a good plan. So I'm going to be using the orange at the top of this flower right here. And then in the second position, I'm going to use this pink and brown floral. On the third section right here, I'm going to use the light brown leaves, which is what this is. And then down here on number 6, this is going to be this green with the geometric shapes in it. And on the very bottom down here, I'm going to use this brown spots here. And then, of course, I'm still using the same color background. So that's what I'm going to work with. And I think it'll come out okay. I'm not concerned that it might. And even if it doesn't look like the prettiest block in the world, it's going to be interesting. And that's all I care about. Captions aren't on. Wait a minute. They should be. They better be, because I reused this same setting. Uh-oh, wait a minute. I gotta go to stream settings. If it's not on, there's no way for me to turn it on, but I always turn it on. You're right, it's not on. Well, darn. Oh, no. Let me see if there's any way I could turn it on with my Zoom itself. Maybe I can. I don't know. Let me look and see, because sometimes Zoom is a trickster. It shows you can, but when you try to do it, it doesn't work. All right. Let's hope you can see the captions on or not in the channel. I don't know that you can, but we'll try. Hey, Mona, welcome, welcome. Hello, Jennifer. It's good to see you. Hi, Cindy Good. Welcome, welcome. I would have to stop the live and click the button and restart it. It will be in the replay. Okay. All right, good. Because normally I don't forget to do that. It is okay. I am okay so far. Okay, I'll try to speak good at, pronunciate everything. Okay. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. So basically this flower has square triangles. You kind of have to look at the colored one to see the half square triangles, but mostly it's half square triangles with some squares in here and then this looks like flying geese, but it is not. It is half square triangles. Although up here on the top right here, it looks like, it's interesting. It's calling it half square triangle, but that looks like quarter square to me. So let's, let me find the directions and let's see what we're supposed to be doing here. Because it looks to me like we're doing half square triangles. Except for right there. That looks like a quarter square. All right. Take A and A1. Wait a minute. A1 and A. Okay. Yeah. All right. So take A square and A1, and on the back side, draw a line. Yep, we're going to be drawing lines on the back of here, so I might as well get that started first. Okay. Let me see here. Then does it look like we're just cut? Nope, we're sewing on both sides of the line, so I need a pencil. I didn't get started on making these half square triangles because I was going to just sew them in the live since I was going to be live. Happy says, yes, I see them. All right, good. So basically, I'm just going to get to sewing. What have y'all been working on? Let me know in the chat. And how are you feeling, Mona? I hope you're having a better day today. Okay, so all of these are going to be, yeah, see down here, there is these quarters. Ensure half square 4 is oriented correctly. So, yeah. And I think I'm going to do this in a different way, I think. Because they have you doing a half square triangle and then, oh, you know, we can try it and see what happens. Okay, we'll give it a go and see if I can do it the way they're showing. All right, let me move these out of the way. Need to turn my sewing machine on. And we need to change, oh, I already got the foot on there, so I don't have to change the foot yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and put these lines on here. Need that big of a roar. Okay. So how we been doing today? Let me know what you've been working on. I know I've already asked that like 3 times now. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my line on here, but it's not going to be the center line. I'm just going to put my sew lines on here. I decided not to use paper with this because I think we'll be just fine without it. There's not that many half square triangles. About time I try to do it without them. It'll be all inaccurate. I have been putting borders on my quilted Valor that I've been making in a net and Lori sew along. And Jennifer says she's been working on an Irish chain quilt. I've never done an Irish chain. I think I'm going to start finishing up that red, white, and blue quilt that I had started, where I had been trading blocks with someone else. Well, I traded with other people, and I'm just, the one thing I got to do is make one more block to replace because one of the blocks was a truck, and I'm gonna put the truck on the back of the quilt. And I was thinking about I'd finish it since I was designing part of it. Part of it's my own design, sort of. So I can make the quilt more interesting. We're doing the boring part, drawing the lines first. Tomorrow we're going to work on this as well on the hand and sew. We'll see where I get tonight with sewing. And then we'll see where it gets tomorrow. Who knows? I might move on to the next block. And I'll show you what the next block is going to be. I need to find the printout. I have them printed. Part of them are missing, which means I stuck them somewhere when I was getting ready to take off for Greenland, or Denmark, rather. Sorry. How many of you in the northern parts of the United States watched the and in Canada watched the solar eclipse today? I got to see it, and I filmed it, but it's going to take me a couple days to edit the video because it's in pieces and I need to edit out. It took an hour and I think 10 minutes to see it, most of it. And so I need to edit out some parts of it, and then I'm gonna hook it all together and then maybe speed it up just like 1 notch and then put music to it. And then y'all can watch the solar eclipse. And there's going to be spots where it looks like it's just this white blob, and that's because clouds was in the sky today. I'm lucky and very fortunate that I even got to see it due to the clouds. I did post a picture on my community tab of a picture I took of a solar eclipse when it was at the back, when it reached its, I think it was at 84%. And so I managed to get a really great picture, especially because part of the clouds were a bluish color, which made it look really interesting. With the white clouds, it had a lot of some parts of my video would just have this white blob because the clouds were white. So how many of you got to watch the solar eclipse today? East Greenland had parts of East Greenland were in the totality zone. And Nikolai was asleep when the solar eclipse was going on because he was off shift, but there was somebody on shift and they took some pictures on the ship. So they managed to get some while the ship was rolling. They were having difficulty trying to zoom while the ship was moving around, but they managed to get a couple of really good pictures. I thought it was really neat. Happy says she saw my picture. I saw live feeds from Ireland and Spain. Hi, Quiltingnon. It's good to see you. Do I know you from Pilled? That was from Mary. It has been very warm today, let me tell you. All right, got the line strong. Okay, so we're going to start with A1. Which is going to be this. What did I decide this color? A1 is going to be the dark brown, which is this one right here. Okay. And it's basically telling us take square A and A1 and on the back side draw a line, which I did, and then place the two right sides together and sew a 1/4 inch on either side. So we're going to do that. So let's do that first. And at some point we're going to, yeah. And when we get enough people in here, then I'm going to talk about what I was going to talk about. 21 are in here right now. Don't forget to vote on the poll. Oh, this is, oh no, that's for something else. I might have to go cut a new one because I did that to it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to recut some. Dadgummit. We'll figure that out in a minute. Let's do this one first. I ordered one of those pen erasers where you can erase pencil marks off of fabric, but it won't get here anytime soon. Summer breeze makes me. Hey, Bud Files, how are you? Thank you for coming in. There's another website. Oh, it's a website you go to. Gotcha. Mary says the flannel sheets. I got some sheets from you, said Quiltingnon. Oh, this is bad. Why did my needle fall out? Oh, this is like not cool. He's telling me I damaged my machine. But I do need to make a new bobbin. Wait a minute, I might already made some bobbins. Nope, I did not. I look like I'm so disorganized today. I'm not. Just give me a minute. Something just happened with the needle, so now I'm going to have to replace it because it probably bent it. It fell out and got caught inside. Yep, it bent it. And I just, yeah. Let's see here. Okay. Well, if I could get into them. Let's get an 80. That's the size I want to use. Okay. All right, let's get this back in here, and then I'm going to wind a bobbin. Sorry, guys. Seems I'm going to have trouble tonight. All right, let me wind a bobbin. Yeah, you guys get to see me make a mess tonight. Oh my God, gosh. I don't know what in the world started this, but it's really not cool. Okay. Whoa. Oh my gosh. This is a train wreck. All right, hang on. Sorry about this, y'all. Dadgummit. All right. We'll start with rewinding another bobbin. I usually don't have trouble like this. I don't know why I'm having it tonight. You know the old saying, when you get too comfortable, things can happen. That's what it looks like my situation is tonight. Maybe somebody's trying to tell me not to sew, but I am not giving in to that idea. We're going to sew if it takes me all night long to get it so started. Just a couple seconds and then we'll get back to sewing. I'm going to have to rethread the machine because that was a mess too. I did an interview with someone yesterday that I'll be introducing to you guys next week. I'm very excited about bringing her forward next week to the channel. All right, let's get this bobbin in here and then we'll thread the machine. This would really be a good excuse to clean the machine, but I'm not going to do it on the live. I'll do it tomorrow. So let's get this threaded. And then I'll look at the chat. Just give me a minute. Hell, this all the shit. Okay, looks like that went right. Sorry for the language. Maybe the fan was blowing on the thread too much and it caused it to get all tangled up in the machine. Because there's a fan pointed this way that I've been running the last few times. All right, let's get the needle threaded. Ooh, right in. Good. Now, get the foot put back on. And then let me test it to make sure everything's okay with it. And then I'll look at the chat. Something's still wrong. All right, we'll try again. We're having sewing machine trouble. I usually don't have any trouble out of this Eudaimonia. Let's do this. Okay, it's all right now. Whew. All right, let me see what y'all been talking about. No better sew. No, you better sew, says Christine. Hey, Christine. It's good to see. I'm just having a little fit with my machine, looks like. Let me back up here a little bit. Irish Sale Lady Linda's here. Welcome, welcome. Sometimes, let's see here. Quilting says, I've made 8 or 9 quilts since last autumn. Lynn says, hello. It's good to see you, Lynn. And then Quilting says, I had to go back to work in-house full-time and can't be on pill during the day. Mary says, okay. Quilting says, I sit right next to the boss. I hope he's a nice boss, says Mary. And Quilting says, yep, great boss. Katie. And then Mary says, Katie, maybe you need to get up and walk all around your chair and sit back down again. I just started sewing. I mean, I don't know what the deal is. And then Christine says, hey, girl, no, you better sew. Yep, we're sewing. I just don't know what was going on with the machine. Something happened to it. Very strange. Okay, now let's try this again. Okay. Now, oh, it's right here. Okay. All right, let's get these half square triangles made. Quilting says, I did do a vest for someone made out of Crown Royal bags. Wow. Hey, Kevin, welcome. Hang on a second. I'll share your channel. If you're a small channel, Kevin's the place to go for tuber chat, because we meet a lot of people there, and we share, we get to know each other, become friends, and we go and help promote each other's channels, and it really helps channels grow. It sure has helped mine grow. And what I think it's done way better because of that. All right. This is Kevin's channel. And those of you who are channel creators can type exclamation selfie to share your channel. How you doing, Christine? Christine. There's a song called Christine. Speaking of that song, I haven't heard it in a while. Mary says, Crown Royal bag vest sounds interesting. All right. Doing this first one. But this one's a little bit, well, the bottom and the top are similar, it looks like. Okay, now what it tells me to do, we're making split half square triangles is what we're making. So this is, all right, first I need to cut this. So we're making two of these, looks like. Okay, so now what I got to do is I'm going to be pressing them open. And then I'll get rid of the ears. And then I'm going to press them open. So I hope everybody's been having a great day. We've got 33 in here right now. That's really good. Don't forget to hit that like button. So I don't know how many of you are in here that are channel creators. I know there's quite a few that are channel creators. Starting in February, some of those things that you have to do to be monetized is going to be updated. And so for a new channel, it's going to be hard, because you are going to have 8,000 views to get monetized, where you make money from ads. I think that's a steep difference between 4,000. Getting to 4,000 was hard enough. Now it's going to be 8,000, and it's for shorts. My goodness. I don't even know what to say to all of that yet. Hey, Myra, are you back from She must be back because she said she went to Disney. People were asking about you the other day. And I'll be sending out an email this week, or yeah, probably tomorrow, concerning Sunday, because we'll be doing Peace of Mind mending pieces on Sunday. Now I think there's some people looking forward to it. Mary says she doesn't like shorts much. I don't like making them either, but I guess I'm gonna have to start making some. Did you have a good time in Scotland? Okay, so the next thing we got to do is we're going to use A3, which is pink and brown. Really? Uh-oh. A1. A1 was a dark. Okay, gotcha. Now we're going to work on the pink and brown. Okay, so that's this one right here. Okay. All right, that makes sense, I think. Oh, yeah, okay. No, I'm about to get ahead of myself here. Okay, so I'm gonna set these aside. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make the orange. Oh, that's what that. Man, I am in a hot mess today. That was supposed to be 5.5. Okay, so that means I miscut. Not just one thing, but two things. Like I said, it's like something's trying to prevent me from sewing today because I keep making mistakes. So y'all are seeing the mistakes, and I'm just going to go with the flow here. I'm not going to get excited about it. We're just going to deal with it. That's what we're going to do. Just deal with it. So I need to cut another piece of fabric. Wait a minute. What happened? Wonderful. Probably broke. Probably broke. What is? Oh, you broke a toe? Ouch. And might lose your nail. Not good with IDD. What's IDD? Oh, insulin dependent diabetes. Who broke the toe? You or Bill? Hi, Dubravka. Oh, Mr. did. Gotcha. Wow, that's not good. Be right back. Got to go deal with my anxiety. Laugh out loud. Okay. See you when you get back. So what I got to do is I've got to cut 2 of these squares at 5.5 instead of what I had them at. I just did a miscut. That's all I did. So we're going to just fix that. And then I can make what it is I'm supposed to be making. And then I need this background. Got another piece off of this. Not sure yet with Bill. Okay. Well, hopefully everything will be all right, Myra. Y'all went down to Disney after you got back already? Aren't you tired from the trip? Did you get lots of pictures? Was it really hot while you were there? Because I know while we were in Denmark, it was really hot. Okay, while I'm sewing this, um, prayers for my sister. Yeah, tell Bill I hope he gets the feeling or gets better fast. Okay. Okay. Then we'll set that aside. We have that one done. Now I need just one of this color in that size. Okay. All right. Diagram 3. Okay, so that was supposed to be 5.5. Okay. Which would be B4. So with B square and B4, B is 5.5. Okay. So we need one of these. I'm going to set the other one aside. Okay, we have to draw lines on this one too. Okay. I'm sorry that this is going so slow. I probably should have did this before the live, but I thought I would be at least do it once in front of you where I did the prelim stuff. Okay. Get the line drawn, and then we can sew it. Okay. What are you making? Dubrovka wants to know. I am making the next block for my hand and soul, and the block is called Kismic, and it looks like this. And I got to make one with the batiks and one with the woven. So I'm doing the batiks tonight, and then tomorrow I'll do the woven. And tomorrow, but I will not be wasting time doing the cutting and stuff on the live tomorrow night. I'll get all of it pre-cut tomorrow, and these half square triangles will probably already at least have a seam on them where we can just do the block itself instead of me, because I had trouble with the machine a few minutes ago. I was having trouble with that, and then I did a miscut. So yep, this is why I should never cut on a live. So that's what I'm working on, is the next block for my hand and soul, which I'm doing as a challenge for the Hoffman challenge and for the QuiltCon 2027 challenge. How you been doing, Dubrovka? Sissy, you still there? Lynn says, when I thought when I bought this pattern, it was only one pattern. Nope. I had to track back to, yeah, you had to download each month because it's once a month. They drop the month. Let me try again. They drop the block once a month. It's one of those so block of the month type of deal. Guess you could, I don't know if they let you buy the pattern outright or not. We had a what now? Hang on a second. Andrea says, I don't know if it's your internet or mine, but we had a bad connection and we had to a fuzzy picture. I don't know. I'm not having any internet trouble. My laptop looks fine. Best I can tell. Are you watching from the TV or from your computer? Is everybody there or have I lost y'all? Hello. You guys there? I hope you're there. All is well here on both TV and the phone, says Lynn. Okay. Okay, good. So I was about to get excited here for a minute. All right, let's cut this block in half. And then I'm going to open it, press it, and then stick it in front of the iron. Well, trim it first because it looks like it needs to be trimmed down to 5 inches. All right. Hi, Grant. How are you? Okay, everybody's here. Okay, so while I'm doing this, I'm going to be on my soapbox for a minute. And I am not directing this to anybody that's in here at the moment. But if someone watches the replay, they know who they are. But I need to explain something or clarify it. And then this is the last time we're going to talk about it, except when I bring it up. When I moved to Greenland in 2011, I was 49 years old. I was 1 year away from my 50th birthday. Now, most of us would say that's a middle-aged person. Yes, it is. I moved away from everything I'd ever known to a country I knew absolutely nothing about. I didn't know the language. I couldn't read it. I couldn't write it. I couldn't fill out my own paperwork. I couldn't do anything without asking for help. This town is small and remote. And if we'd have moved, if we were living in Nuke, things would probably have been a lot different than they are here. But these comments about me living here for 14 and 15 years and not knowing more Greenlandic than I know is rude. And it's offensive. I mean, the first time I ignored it, the second time I ignored it, but the third time it's mentioned, Myra will tell you, it starts festering and bugging me. So I'm going to explain a few things. And then after that, we're not going to have this discussion anymore. I came here as a middle-aged woman coming from a history of physical and mental abuse. So my brain doesn't work like everybody else's. I had no language courses being offered when I first moved here. In fact, there's never been language courses offered the entire 14, almost 15 years I've lived here. I've only ever spoke English other than Spanish from college. I have 2 college semesters of Spanish, but the old saying is if you don't use it, you lose it. And so I can still read some of it. I can speak some of it, but that's about it. I don't articulate so well in it anymore. But that has absolutely nothing to do with Greenlandic. Now, when I first moved here, everything was in Greenlandic and in Danish. That meant I had to learn how to read Danish or the Greenlandic. Now, in the grocery stores, not everything has Greenlandic on it. It's mostly Danish in the grocery stores and in the restaurants. So I had to learn how to read that in order to be able to buy product from there and understand what was what. And I don't feel like I should have to defend myself because I only speak 60 words of Greenlandic. Now, I just found out this weekend that Hanifa's mother, who happens to be a school teacher, has decided to start her own business to teach Greenlandic down here in South Greenland. And guess who's going to be signing up for a Greenlandic class? I am. But I don't go around criticizing other people for something they don't know or they don't learn. And I don't think anybody has the right to come in here and do the same. And I'm not saying any of you doing it. because the person who does it's not even in here right now. Hi, Janet. So that's all I got to say about it is back off my case about it. All right. Now we'll move on. And I hope nobody left because I said all of this. But it's rude. I think people have become emboldened because they're behind a keyboard and we can't see who they are, and they make comments, and it's just plain outright rude. Totally rude. And I'm sorry, and I apologize for bringing it up. Andrea says she's watching on the TV and chatting on the phone. She also says that she has lots of wind today, and that could be messing with, yep. Sometimes the weather affects everything. Now, I do know down here in South Greenland, there's been some problems with our phones. Our 5G's not working properly, and something about the 2G's not even working right, and they're aware of it, and they're working on the problem. All right, we got these two made. So now we have part of this made. Now, this is the one where I'm going to have to do some fancy making quarter half square triangles, apparently, with this. But I am going to go press them. Y'all still there? Let me know. Did I lose everybody? I hope not. Okay. All right, let's see what it tells us to do next. Now we need A3, which is A3 is going to be the pink and the brown, which is this one. And we need 2 of those, it says. Okay. So now what I got to do is draw lines on the back of these as well. This is going to be a little bit harder to see, I think. Let me find a white pencil. Janice says, I'm here, but mostly lurking. Denise says she's here. Happy says she's here. Okay, good. All right. So what we got to do now is we got to make, we call them quarter squares. They're calling it something else. But I need to use a white chalk pencil so that I can see the lines, because I'm going to be drawing the 1/4 inch seam allowances on the back of this. Okay. All right, let's get it on the other side too, because you have to do it on both sides of this. All right, got the first one done. Now let's do the second one. One more side, and then we can do what it wants us to do, because it looks like we're going to be sewing these across the top of the orange. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. Okay. All right. Now it says to take it. And this orange is going to be going in one direction. Ensure that half square triangle 4 is oriented correctly. So it has to go in this direction. All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin this so it doesn't move. Lynn says hugs to me. Thank you. Andrea says she agrees. Christine says, I'm listening, but battling with a migraine while working on my patterns. Uh-oh. You got some medicine for that, Christine? Migraines suck. Okay, Lynn says, still watching. Hubby brought me a dragonfly coffee tea mug and he picked up my fabric that was being held back for me. He loves me. Yes, he does. What a sweet thing to do. My husband does stuff like that. Anyone want to come on the Zoom with me? Let me know. Okay, so we got to do 2 of these. So I'm just going to go ahead and do both of them in a chainsaw. Why do we need 4 of them? That's a good question. Why do we need 4? It looks like, I don't know. We'll figure it out here in a minute. It's okay. If I end up with an extra one, it's all right. Listening and having dinner, says Grant. What's for dinner? Oh, pizza. Pizza and wine. Wow, what happened here? Let me check this out. This one didn't trim right. I should probably be on some kind of OD meds. What does OD stand for? Or does that mean on some kind of meds for anxiety? Yeah, but doctors are very reluctant about giving anxiety medicine, or at least that's what I've always seen. Jabraka says she's never had a migraine. You're lucky. Migraines can take you down where you can't function at all. Apparently, I'm having trouble reading typos tonight. Sorry. I'm very reluctant to take any kind of meds. Yeah, I understand that. I know here, they don't really like to give anxiety meds. Now they give them to me for flying, but it would be nice if I had them all the time in the house. But they won't do that. They're very strict. Now, when I was in Florida, I actually had anxiety medicine because they prescribed it. But here in Greenland, it's different. Mary says she doesn't think that they give her meds for quilting anxiety. Oh, got you. Did Nora eat the plate of food? Did you cut it up? No. Yes, she did. And no, I did not cut those green beans up. Those green beans were frozen. I don't cut any of that up for her. That's her job. Now the salmon blocks I bought already pre-cut like that. Pacific's selling them right now, so it's an advantage. That way I don't have to buy a whole piece of frozen fish and or either take one out of the freezer that's already frozen that we have here and thaw it and then refreeze it again. I don't like doing that. So when we found that salmon already in cubes that way, they're easy to take out. So the salmon cubes were also frozen. Let's see, the green beans or the haricots were frozen. The blueberries were frozen, and so was the salmon. The only thing that wasn't frozen was the cottage cheese and the egg. And I don't even crack the egg half the time for her. She does that on her own. But I thought it was cute that I managed to get a picture of her sitting there with that food right there next to her, and she was looking at me and not at the bowl. That made me proud of her. All right, we need to trim these down. Okay. Wait, they're supposed to be. I could use a week at a spa, says Mary. Hot springs pool, waiters with nice food. Ooh, that sounds interesting. I've never been to a spa. And then Lynn says, Mary, a spa sounds wonderful about now with a massage. Yeah, it does sound like fun. What y'all got planned for this upcoming weekend? I thought I was going to be working tomorrow, but I guess not. So maybe it's Friday that she's got us, because I haven't heard none. She said I was going to be working in a couple days, but I haven't heard anything. So that means that maybe I can make a doctor's appointment tomorrow, because I need to have some medicine filled, one in particular, because I'm tired of having trouble sleeping because of pain. Pain levels has been up, and it's probably because of all the working I've been doing. Legs and feet have been giving me a fit. Does she eat the food frozen? Just the beans, blueberries, and the salmon. Everything else I feed to her is fresh. Well, thawed out. I don't feed chicken raw. I don't feed her when I feed her chicken, it is not frozen. Because I have noticed that it doesn't agree with their stomachs to do that. But they can eat frozen fish without any trouble at all. It's just not chicken. So everything else is raw, I mean thawed out. That's why she has such a shiny coat. The blue between the blueberries and the sand fish. That's why she has such a shiny coat. Then she goes outside and acts like she's a cow or a goat eating certain kinds of green stuff outside. I think she we have a couple types of grasses that looks like it's in the same family as like wheat and, kind of like that type of a grain grass. And I noticed she's been eating the pods off of the grass. She also likes to find the tender shoots on the grass and eat those. Did you guys know that dogs like sting and nettle? And it doesn't sting them like it does us. She was out there snacking on grass, on tidbits of grass and those seed pods while the eclipse was going on. I definitely think I only needed two. Okay. Let me look at this picture. Because at least I can put the top on here now. All right. So we got the top part here. All right. Let's see what we do next. And the next part's just going to be half square triangles. Okay, so what we need next think these are for something else. Yeah. All right, don't need that. Okay, so now what we got to do is we're going to be sewing yeah, the rest of these we're going to be Lynn says, oh boy, here comes the storm. And Denise says, what kind of pain in the feet and legs are you having? Describe. They're the kind of pain that only Tradolin will take care of because it comes within way inside where the bone is at. It's like having a nasty toothache, only worse. Okay, so we have to have, oh, this is why we need it. This says number 5. What is number 5? There is no 5. Oh, this cracks me up. And there's not a number 2 either. Number 1 is dark brown. Okay. All right. I'm just trying to figure this out, you guys, so bear with me here. So this must be half square triangles right here. Yeah, that's teasing me is what's going on. Okay. I just need to draw the lines through here so I can see the half square triangles because I'm a visual person. All right. So we need to do, what colors are these? Let's see here. These were pink and brown. Let's see here. Mary says chocolate kisses helps a lot. And Dubrovka says stingle nettles are very healthy. When cooked, they are like spinach. Tea is very healthy too. Excellent for circulation, inflammation, and sore legs. Mary says, I wouldn't know. We find stinging nettles, where to find stinging nettles, long way from the forest here. And Mary says, long way from real nature. Yep. Hey, Curtis, welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. I don't I only need the pain medicine for sleep so I can sleep. The rest of the time, I just ignore it. It's when I'm trying to sleep that's the problem. And the only thing that fixes that problem is Tradolin, because it takes care of that kind of pain. It's the only one that works. Can't take ibuprofen because insects tear my stomach inside out. All right, let's see if we can figure this out, because these numbers on here make no sense. I'm having a little difficulty with this pattern, but it's okay. It's a challenge, and we will figure it out. All right, so we need to make two of, I just need to know what letters these are. Steps 1 through 3, four more times with half squares indicating the diagram. Okay, so we need, oh, so we're bringing the pink and brown. Oh, that's why we need another one. And I don't have the pink and brown. Oh, yes, yes, I do. But the only pain medicine that I actually take is Tradolin and paracetamol. I can't take ibuprofen, like I said, because it tears my stomach inside out. And actually, if I could take anti-inflammatories, that would be a wonderful thing, because that helps with that kind of pain. But since I can't, yeah, it sucks to be me. Maybe your pain is different than mine, Denise. Mine is because of nerve. Has to do with my back and two of my disc that sits on these nerves that run down the inside of my leg and on the outside, but it's the inside ones that inside the vein that, or the nerve that runs way deep inside my leg. That's the problem. Okay, so we're going to put these with purple, which happens to be light brown. Pink and brown. This is pink and brown. This is number 7. Okay, so I need these two, looks like. So I'm just learning something new with this. This is a very interesting way of doing this block. It's definitely different. Okay, now I understand what's going on here. Okay, I just need it more graphic. Okay, so right here is where, yeah. So we need 2 of those, and then we need, yeah. Okay, so I only need 1 of these for now, and 1 of these for now. Okay, and I'm going to have to draw a line on the back. Tylenol with codeine for me. We can't get, they took that away a long time ago from everyone. They no longer give codeine to anyone. So the alternative is Tradolin. I know when I go to the United States, I'm going to pick up some alternative pain stuff. And then I won't have to use Tridolin until I run out of it again. Which will be okay. I don't mind doing an alternative. So you guys are not very talkative. Anything new going on in y'all's world that you'd like to share? I hope you're not bored. I'm just struggling a little bit with this block, and you're seeing me struggle. Once I get it figured out, when I do it again with the other fabric tomorrow, it'll go together easier. Sometimes this happens because of the way my brain works. All right. But it's going to come together. You'll see. Okay. Start with this one first. Let's get this cut. Then we're going to trim the ears off of it. And then I'm going to press it, and then I'll lay it up there with the rest of it. Okay. I started the audiobook for The Quilter's Apprentice and surprisingly loving it. It's for the class Donna is going to have. What class? Wait, is it for, can you be more specific on what kind of class you're talking about with Donna? Someone said that she was going to be doing something out of a book, but I didn't know what kind of book. And Mary says, I'll tell you what I did today. I asked Google to tell me which of my vitamins I should take with meals and what time of the day. It was pretty healthy or helpful. Yeah. Because even some vitamins make my stomach sick. And Happy says, I'm about to jump on a work call. I'll be back. Okay, I'll be right here. because I'm not going to stop this live until I finish this block. Even if I end up sewing by myself. Curtis says, otherwise just ironing some seams open on my legit kit to start joining some more blocks. What kind of legit kit are you working on? I have the Ursula Major. Trim these down. Dang. These have to be trimmed down to 4.5. Oops, I forgot to do that. That's okay. I can still do it. All right, let's get these trimmed down. Now let's get this other one trimmed down. All right, now we can go over and press them. But let me make sure, I probably have to retrim the ears. The big hooter says, Curtis, cool. Mary says some have to take them with food, some on an empty stomach. Yeah. I have trouble with vitamins. A lot of them just mess my stomach up. My mom had the same problem. Harriet's Journey from Elm Creek Quilts. 100 sampler blocks. Whoa, I just lost it. Hang on, let me backtrack. Inspired by the best-selling novel Circle of Quilters. Oh, interesting. Denise says, I just read yesterday that supplements can be harmful if a person is not deficient in the vitamin. You need to have your doctor have tests taken to see if your supplements, if any, is needed. I take magnesium because the doctor has ordered that. And I need it if I'm, and magnesium and potassium are two, I think not, wait a minute. I think it's magnesium and potassium that is needed if you go straight up keto. And I'm slowly working my way towards that. Because at some point I'm going to be completely on keto. My next the next thing I got to do is go down and talk to the gym, because I'm going to see if I can just see what kind of gym membership I can have, just so I can go do some resistant training. Because while I'm doing what I'm doing, I have to keep my resistant training does something for muscles, and I got to make sure I do that. I'm hoping I can just like buy a partial membership, because I only want to use the part that you do the resistance training on, and that's all I want to do. I'm not interested in doing anything else. Okay, we got that part done. Now it looks like we take this one, and then we're going to do it with the Geo Green, which is this one. The gym is just like walking distance. Raven, you're funny, Raven, because we have no sledge dogs down here in South Greenland. The sledge dogs are all north of the Arctic Circle. And as far as I know, no one has them down here in South Greenland anywhere there might be a couple in Nuke, maybe, but they are pretty dogs. And they are the oldest living domesticated dog. They're fixing to put the breed in the Guinness World Book of Records. But they only live north of the Arctic Circle for the most part. If they leave the Arctic Circle, they can never come back. They're not allowed to come back once they leave. It's kind of like Icelandic horses. If they leave Iceland, they can never come back. Hey, Sean, what's up? Raven says they showed up on my Instagram today. Oh, cool. Hey, Sherry. How you doing? Man, this here block is kind of kicking me around a little bit, but it's okay. I'm learning. Raven says, Katie, you are adorable. Aw, thanks. All right, let's get this next one sewn. And then basically we got to do the outer perimeter. Well, except for down here on the bottom, I still got to do that. But that consists of doing the background with it. So yeah, it was this inside part that was teasing me. Sean, did you get your newest member of the household yet, or is it still a couple weeks away? But that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. Sean says, no, I was too far south. I witnessed the eclipse. I posted a picture actually, and I have video, but I'm going to have to edit it before I put it up, because it took a little over an hour and 10 minutes to see most of it. And there's parts where we had clouds in the sky, so the clouds kept, some of the white clouds were getting in front of sun and making it look like this blob of glary blob. But whenever the darker clouds passed by in front of it, it gave a really interesting effect. I thought it looked really cool. End of the month for the student. Okay. So I didn't know when you were exactly getting your, because some schools have already started school. Blaze started school Monday, and so did my granddaughter. And my granddaughter, the youngest one, she got into the private school that she's been waiting for the last 2 years to go to. I think. I didn't even think to ask her mom that, but I think so. Unless Lynette decided not to wait and put her into the Catholic private school. I didn't think to ask her that. I'll ask her that when I talk to her on Sunday. Because I'm going to work with Ava on her little Lego doggy that I bought her. And since I have that same dog, I'm gonna pull mine apart and do it with her. Okay. Katie, we need to talk. I got my books today. Okay. Which ones did you get? I know you showed me one of them. Okay, tomorrow. Okay. My son's move-in date is August the 30th, says Raven. And Sean says, and I avoided the showcase floor straight to the warehouse for me. Where did you go? And Raven says, I taught my dog angel kisses like a grandma, and I used to do it with our eyelashes. He put his whiskers on me. Aw. Okay. So okay, we'll talk tomorrow and I'll know what to do. Because I think I'm getting close enough to having a box ready to go from Syracuse. I just need to add a couple extra things, and a book will probably be one of them. I went to IKEA and was in and out in 7 minutes, says Sean. Oh, you must have been on a mission. Me and Nikolai spent 2 hours in the one in Denmark, but we were on a mission too. And of course, I wanted to look at stuff too. I don't like being rushed through there. If I'd have been rushed through there, I would have never seen the pegboard. And that was one of the things I had planned on looking for. And lo and behold, they were down there where in the accessories where the lighting was at. So now I know what they have. 3 different colors, it seems. And I'm definitely going to order some because that's what I want to hang my big rulers on when we get moved back into the craft room. All right. Hey, this is going to look good. I was concerned this was not going to look that good, but I think I'm liking it. Can y'all see it? This is the center so far. And yeah, my laptop's camera sucks. Yes, they do, Cindy, and we're going to be buying an entire, it's going to go down an entire wall. Plus there's you can buy the less wide ones to go in the corner, and there's brackets that you put on it. So it's going to be like an L or a half C maybe. And we're going to do it down one long wall and then bring it around that corner so that we can make use of the corner too. Sorry, I'm not holding this where y'all can see it. So far, that's the center. Raven says she's never been to IKEA and she's looking forward to checking it out. Okay, back to work. All right. So now I need this right here. So it's going to be this one and a background. And then it's going to be the same thing with this one and a background. See, how do I want to do this? Let's do it like that. Okay, let's do that. All right. Now, okay. That's going to leave me with we have this. This is the bottom. And all I got to do now is do a little subcutting, and then we'll build this whole block together here directly. All right. Sean leaving. Aw, thank you, Jason. I really appreciate that. Y'all are the best. I thank you for that. Did y'all like the block so far? Thank you, Jason. How is little one feeling? I hope she's feeling better today. I've been thinking about her. Sean says, yes, it looks great. I didn't, this has been a big challenge for me doing these browns and stuff. Not to mention the wovens on top, because you don't get to choose those colors either. I do like that indigo color though. Raven says, I've never heard that song before, Denise. She's okay, just relaxing. Tell her I'm thinking about her. She's been on my mind. Andrea says she's loving the colors. Oh, good, because I am just, yeah. I like them. Don't get me wrong. It's just interesting because, you know, me do bright in your face colors, and this is not in your face colors. But it's a good, to me, it's a good learning exercise, because I would have never used browns and blacks in anything, and now look here, we're doing it because of coffee shop. Has anyone heard of the Doug Lido pattern called Mysterious? It sounds pretty cool. Nope, but I'm gonna write that down and go look it up. Oh, Glico, sorry. I don't know why I said Lido. Maybe because I can't read. I can read. I just can't see so good. Remy says, my grandma was a German woman who was not like that song. Definitely a pessimist, but an amazing woman whose swear word was what in Sam hell. Yep, I heard that one before. What in Sam hell? Or what in Sam Hill, depending on who it is. All right, let's cut these. And then I'm going to press them, and we're going to put them on the side so you can see them. And that's going to leave me with doing the bottom. And I have some squares I got to put in here too that I need to cut because I cut them. I accidentally, no, I cut them all right, but I drew vertical or diagonal lines on them. So I got to recut. I don't have a fabric eraser. I tried using a pencil eraser, and that just makes one big hot mess. But I ordered me some geometry tools this week that so that I can use them for reverse applique stuff. Welcome back, Mona. Hello again. Hello. Hello again. Trimming them down, and then we're going to press them open with my roller. That way I can clip the dog or the little ears off, and then I'll take them over to the iron and press them, and then lay them out on the design board. And that's only going to leave a small section for me to finish doing, and then we'll be ready to sew this whole block together. Finally, after a little bit of a struggle, but it's okay. It's a good learning thing. And, you know, at least I didn't get too terribly frustrated. I'm happy about that. But I do have a mess on my desk. Mona, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Aw, y'all are so good to me. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Speaking of stuff, I did get the form created for the giveaway for next month. And I'm doing the giveaway. Dubrovka says very nice blog. Thank you. I have it in my planner when I'm gonna do the I'm going to do a 6-hour live, and it's gonna run from 12 o'clock Eastern. Wait. I think I'm going to run it. I don't know. I need to go get my planner so I can look and see what day it's going to be on, because it's the last day of the month, because that happens to be when I dropped my first live, when I did my first live on my YouTube channel. That's my anniversary, the 3rd year. And we're going to do, we're going to give away 4 gift cards, plus, since now I know how to get things mailed out from here now that they've got everything set up inside the store where you can do it, I'm going to be giving away some notions that came in some sampler boxes, because I'm not going to ever use them. So I'm going to give those away as giveaways. And I have some fat quarters I want to give away. One set of fat quarters are every patriotic piece of fat quarters that have flags and trucks on it. I'm giving all that away, but I'm gonna do it in one bundle. Why does this look like I didn't cut this one down? No, I cut it down. Okay. And some other thing, some Tula Pink stuff. Yeah. So I'll probably do like 4 gift cards and then maybe 6 physical giveaways and mail them out. And if I can get a chance while tourist season's going on, I figured what I'd do is, I think I saw stickers inside the tourist shop where I work at, and I'll probably put some little touristy things in each of y'all's little giveaway. And the ones that win the gift cards, I could just mail a little envelope out with a sticker in it. And I need to get off my behind and order my own stickers for my channel, and I haven't done it yet, because I haven't decided how I want to design it. But I want it to look cool. I want it to show northern lights and icebergs and quilty things and sewing things, and I don't know. I want it all to be part of it. And I was thinking about that big, huge boot that they put in front of the hotel, incorporating that, and maybe part of Princess Mountain into it, and maybe a little Stone and Man too, if I can figure out how to incorporate all of that plus the quilty stuff into one sticker. I don't know how hard that's going to be until I start messing around and see if I can figure it out. Raven says, Denise, I was a hustler selling stuff from sales clubs, Girl Scouts. Grandpa had to drive at the end of every driveway while I sold my wares just to watch me while he did crosswords in his Dodge. Aw. Raymond says, Wild Wild West, except you are on the East Coast. It's the Wild Wild West. There's actually a song called The Wild West. I can't remember who sings it. All right, let's go over here and press these. All right. Now let's see how this is going to look, because we're slowly getting things where we can start sewing soon. Okay. And all right. Look, it's coming together. All right, so I have to cut background squares here and for down here. So all I have left is the black that's got to go down here. Where did I put it? They're right here. I just need to make sure I got them trimmed down. I think I have them trimmed down properly already. So let's stick these in here and make sure they're, yep, they've been trimmed down. Okay, and this is going to be, all right. Maybe these aren't trimmed down. Hold on a minute. I need to check the size of these. I need to double check them because I might not have trimmed them down. But I could have sworn I did. Huh? No, I did not. That explains it. But it will only take a second to do that. Okay, let's do the other one. All right, let's get them trimmed. Okay, now we'll put them back open again. And then I'm going to take them over and put some heat on them since I had to mess with them. Then we'll put them back on the board, and that'll leave me just getting the squares done. And then we can start sewing this whole block together. Okay. Put it back up here again where you can see it. This is a little bit bigger than the board, so I'm just going to lay this on top of this like this, okay? So you can get an idea what it looks like. All right. All I got to do is put the background squares here. What do y'all think so far? I hope y'all like it. It definitely is different for someone like me because you know how it is. I want colors in this. I think this is going to be beautiful when it's sewn together. What do y'all think? All I got to do is get the squares put in and then we'll start sewing this. Mona says she loves my block. Jason says it's awesome. I love the colors. Ooh, a compliment from the man. All right. All right. What I'm going to do is go ahead and cut these 4 squares, and we are going to start sewing this together. These has got to go out of the way. I'll use them on another block. I really have a mess up here. Let's get the blocks cut. I need to get cut. I just need to cut 4 of these just regular squares because they'll be on the outside because this is the background. All right, let's do this. And then we're going to start sewing it together. All right. Put that aside. Turn around and trim again. Okay, now we can lay this whole thing out and get some of the stuff out of the way so that we can sew without having a big mess. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to get this on here. You know, this summer, Blaze's 3rd grade teacher, you know, she's been staying in contact with Thomas and Blaze, you know, since she had him in her class. And she did this, she spent time with him over the summer. And I don't know how she did it, but she got everything donated for him for his 5th grade year. I thought that was so cool. All right, let's start sewing this together. So I'm just going to go sew this to this, this one to this, and I'm just going to keep doing it, chain sewing. And hopefully we'll have this together soon without any incident. Now I need to change feet and I need pins. Anybody seen Rita today? I thought they were 8 or 9 now with 6 cookies in a box. What kind of cookies are y'all talking about? Do they sell Girl Scout cookies in February and March or January and February? Because I sure would like to find some. Cool beans, Katie. There are programs for that, even for Christmas present. Yep. He's been sponsored for the last 2 Christmases now. I could eat some cookies, says Mona. Yeah. I know what you mean. Katie, Girl Scout cookies are online now and they ship. Oh, I didn't know that. Is that year round? All right, I need a leader and then we're going to start sewing. Not sure if they're year round. Okay. Andrea, are you still seeing the closed captioning stuff? I only like the chocolate mint ones. She was in Annette's live this morning. Okay. I just wondered how she's doing. Uh-oh. I didn't do an open seam on something. I completely forgot to do that. Mom will leave it like this. It'll be all right. If it's not, then I'll figure it out. I watched her video and she was having trouble talking. Oh, that doesn't sound good. She's been having a lot of trouble. The 2 or 3 people that I know has been having a lot of health trouble. Okay, that's too narrow. Where's my seam ripper? We're breaking out the seam ripper for a minute. Yeah, we'll do the pull here directly, but I got to do this first. I want to get this Yeah, just give me a few minutes and then we'll do the poll. Uh-oh, I'm ripping out the wrong side. Ew, that was wrong. Dang it. Let me just get this fixed real quick and then we can move along. Got to pay real close attention to what I'm doing so I don't accidentally clip the wrong side again. Because that's what I did is when I was ripping out the seam, I was pulling the wrong one or taking out the wrong side after I added that seam to replace the other one. And I didn't mean for that to happen. Right, I think we've about got it fixed. Just got to do a little cleanup here. All right. Let's get this pressed open. Andrea says email. I am, but I'm very small, says Andrea. Sorry, I read that wrong. Mona says night. Cindy Sarit, Mona. Oh boy. We have the same problem on this one. Sometimes when I'm doing joining like half square triangles to each other, and I come to that very end, I accidentally swerve off a little bit. And I'm going too fast or something. Which is a little bit annoying. But it's easy to fix. Got to be more careful with when we come off that end like that. Welcome back, Happy. Okay. Okay, let's put this one in. And then we got the bottom, and then we'll start sewing this other side. Then we can join all of it together. Happy says, that's pretty. Thank you. I hope everybody likes it. It's definitely different for my type of stuff I do. What in the world? Okay, now we're going to go ahead and start sewing the other side. That's common. Use a stiletto. Okay, let's get my leader back in. Next one. Happy says she swerves at the end too. Yep. It's very annoying when it happens. Hey there, John, how are you doing? And it's good to see you too. Okay, let's do the next one. How you been doing, John? I am getting 50 pounds of tomatoes tomorrow for 18 bucks, quarter of the price I paid for last year. Wow, I wish I could buy 50 pounds of tomatoes. I know what I would be making with it. John says, not bad. Just tries to stay out of trouble. Are you always in trouble? Hey, which Janome is it that you bought? I couldn't tell which one it was on the video. Raven says, I think I am going to do tomato sauce but my son might want salsa to send with him. You could do both for that amount of tomatoes that you're getting. You do half and half or a quarter and a half, quarter, do 25% salsa and 75% tomato sauce, or do half and half. 50 pounds is going to go a little bit of a way, maybe. I'm actually very good, but others make me misbehave sometimes. Aw. You bought an M8? Oh, I'm jealous. My husband says I can have an M8. Just I'm not, I haven't done it yet because of the inflation is so high right now. It's drove it up by 10,000 kroners. So I'm waiting it out and hoping for the best that it'll come back down again. At least come back down to that more doable price it was at. Because I want an M8 too. Raven says she hates spaghetti, so most likely mostly salsa. I love red meat sauce. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. All right, we're going to be sewing these two together, and then we'll be able to sew across. And I'm going to have to watch these 1/4 inch seam allowances down here too, because I don't want to chop anything off. But I am going to go over there and press them. I'll go ahead and press everything before I start sewing this down the center together. They raised the price 1,500 for the sale. Yeah, right now they're pretty expensive in Europe right now. Well, the Eudaimonia I sew on now is 3,000 US dollars in the United States. I paid 1,800 for it, brand new. But the M8 is just up there right now. I'm almost done over here. Okay, we got a press. Now we're going to start sewing them together where we have rows. Okay. Salmonella poisoning? Oh, there seems to be a lot of that going around over there. So John, y'all decided not to buy some property somewhere else? Oh, pole. Sorry. What does filipendulous mean? We have 42 votes, 5% voted on stable, 12% voted on secure, 69% voted on hanging by a thread, and 14% voted on fixed. So hang on a minute, please. Filipendulous means hanging by a thread, precariously supported or suspended. It's derived from the Latin filum, meaning thread, and pendulous, meaning hanging. The climber was in a filipendulous position, clinging to the cliff with only his fingernails. Hanging by a thread aptly captures the essence of the term filipendulous. It conveys a sense of fragility and precariousness, as if something is barely being held in place. This phrase evokes imagery of a situation that could easily change or collapse, much like an object suspended by a single thread. Whether referring to a physical object or a metaphorical situation, hanging by a thread emphasizes the instability and vulnerability inherent in filipendulous circumstances. It serves as a vivid reminder of how delicate our balance can be in various aspects of life. So there you go. So 60 something percent, hang on a minute. So 69% of you got it right. And that's the end of the poll. John says we did. I do like my house, and we decided that we would update and remodel room by room and then just save travel in the summer when it's cooler. What made you decide to move to Arizona anyway? I think it's Arizona. I would never move to the hottest place on the planet. John says he hates being cold. You know, it's interesting. I thought that I would not enjoy the winters here because I don't like being cold either. The weird thing is I don't get cold. I only get cold when I'm in North Florida. It feels warmer here in South Greenland than it does North Florida in January and February. You know what? I hope I didn't just do a boo-boo. Oh, I'm okay. All right, we're getting closer to doing this. Once I get this done, I'll press it, and then we can sew these all in rows together, and we will have a block together here directly. And I'm super excited about how it's going to look. John says, question, do you think in metrics and Celsius now are still the old? I do both. Depends on what you're talking about. My thermometer outside's in metric, but I have my computers and my cell phone set to Fahrenheit. As far as metrics concerned with measurements, no, it's still inches and feet and yards. I never have been all that good at metric to start with. I mean, they barely touched upon it in school. So, and I use Google a lot. When somebody asks me, like when I say I've lost so many kilos, like right now, I'm down. I'm down 12 kilos. I think it's 12. Yeah. And so if someone wants to know how many pounds that is, I have to go look it up. They are written in English. Now, Connie, the lady that I had that did my quilting for me in Denmark, um, she does she does she sells her fabric by the meter, but when it comes, she does do like she does a lot of Judy Niemeyer stuff. She uses American measurements for all of that. I guess it's just whatever you want to learn. I've been too busy trying to learn other things. I don't have time to learn metric too. Thanks, John. That's 39 pounds. Wait, that's wrong. I think that's wrong. Hang on a minute. Sorry, 26 pounds. I knew that didn't sound right. I wish it was 39 pounds. But the doctor says this is good. Where I'm at is good. We're not doing it too fast. It's going slow. And it seems like I'm losing like 2 pounds a week, which is pretty good. And he told me it's probably going to take me at least a year to get another, because he gave me a goal for me and it's 100 kilos. And when I went and looked, I'm like, it needs to be more than that. But at least he's not setting these high expectations for me. Thanks, y'all. Yeah, Raven says 2.54 centimeters equals 1 inch. The ruler confuses me with the centimeter stuff. I don't know why, but it does. Yeah, I've gone down 12 kilos. I am where I am now where I was before COVID started. And before COVID started, I wasn't postmenopausal yet. And I had and I was doing keto completely. I didn't have extra help like I do this go around. And the reason I have extra help this go around is because we have got to get some of this weight off so that I can breathe better, number one. And number two, because I'm postmenopausal, losing weight is nearly impossible without help. And I mean, he could speed this up, but I told him I didn't want him speeding it up. Yeah, I have a saying: you can move the Florida girl, but you can't take the Florida girl out of me. It'll always be there. Wow, this thing's looking cool. What do y'all think? I'm a little worried about that right there. Speaking of 15 years, uh-oh. The 18th of this month, which is just a few days away now that I think about it. Hang on a minute. Yeah, 5 days away. 5 days away, and it'll be 15 years since I stepped off of that helicopter to live here forever. Can't believe it. 15 years. It's been a pretty amazing ride living here. I mean, when I first moved here, I didn't know what to expect. I mean, I had come for a visit, so I knew, you know, things will be a lot different than what I was used to in Florida, but I still didn't know what to expect. And I didn't know, you know, I had this little thing hanging over my head, worrying about whether I would ruin everything and my marriage go down the toilet, but it hasn't. I mean, we are 15 years strong in our marriage, and I I have absolutely no regret of for moving here, none. I am the happiest I've ever been. Good night, John. Have a good night. Cindy Slorette. Yes, I do. He's just he's a outs I don't know, he's just an exceptional human being. I mean, he knew when he took me on he was going to get all of my train wreck with it. And he just took it in stride, and you know, and he's helped me get through so much stuff. And when something pops up, he says, what can I do? Instead of giving me a hard time, it's what can I do to help? And he has never ever once told me that I was worthless. He told me I count, that I matter. And I love him so much. He called me the other night. I think it was 2 nights ago. And we were just talking. And he was telling me what was going on with the ship. And, and I was listening to him and comforting him because the ship is in a train wreck right now. But even through all of that, talking about the stuff with the ship and stuff, he took the time to say, are you all right? Because he knew I was already missing him. But he stopped long enough to say, are you okay? Thank you. Yeah, it is hard to do even with help. You are so right. Here are 3 countries that do not officially use metric system as their standard of measurement: United States, Liberia, and Myanmar, or is that Myanmar? I don't remember how to pronounce that. I love it so much that I just drew up the pattern so I could make one. Love what so much? I missed something. What are you talking about, Andrea? You know, you're going to have to make a catch-up pattern for him or catch-up quilt. I'm just saying someone needs to make him a catch-up quilt. Mirror, is it Myanmar or is it Miramir? Man, I cannot pronounce that word. Ugh. Yeah, Burma. Maybe it's Myanmar. 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 Okay, gotcha. Myanmar. Thank you. For some reason, I couldn't remember how to pronounce it. Okay, we got that one pinned. Now let's get this one pinned. Kilo or kilometer is a metric term. Yes, it is. Nora needs a treat. No, she doesn't. She's sleeping, which is surprising. She's not getting one tonight because she got plenty of food today. I'm frankly surprised she hasn't woke up and asked to go out yet. Oh, see, you mentioned her name, and now I hear her under there making grunting noises. That's true. Did you see the picture I posted on my community tab, Raven? You should go have a peek. It's a picture of her with her breakfast bowl. It might look like a lot of food, but that bowl's not very big. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. I know, right? She was just sitting there like waiting on me to say, go ahead. I love how I finally got her where she'll look at me instead of looking at the bowl. She needs a chicken foot for a snack. You know what? I haven't seen any chicken feet here. Because I thought about if I saw some, I would feed those to her too. Probably going to take out another it's not mackerel, it's the other fish. Always forget what the other one's called. But I did get her some more amasat too. She really likes amasat. She's a very good dog. She's sitting over here wagging her tail because now she's awake. As soon as she heard her name, what do you want? Mm? Are you about to be the pesky one? Huh? What? Are you about to be pesky? Yeah, that's what I thought. Do you need to go shoo-shoo? Hmm? Do you need to go shoo-shoo? A minute, I'll go put you on the long line, baby. Ah, see, y'all here? Hey. Well, you have to wait a minute. You're gonna have to wait a minute. Wait a minute, baby. Now y'all get to hear all about it. All right, I'll take you. I'll be right back. I'm going to put her on the long line. Oh, lovely. Come on, Mom. Come on. Okay, I'm back until she hollers for me to come back and get her. Yeah, she does. I have a Heinz ketchup pattern in the works, but you will have to make the quilt. Okay, Andrea. do you give Nora to chew to keep her teeth clean? She gets bone. I feed her chicken with bones in it, along with lamb that has bones in it, reindeer has bones in it, and fish has bones in it. And she also gets eggshell, which also helps with that because she eats the whole egg, except when she thinks there's something wrong with the eggshell. And then it's I find eggshell on the floor because she didn't eat it. I think they clean the eggshell sometimes with bleach or something, and her little homey self decides she's not eating it when it tastes like that, which I don't blame her. She tastes it. There must be something on them for her to act that way about it. Put it that way. Because she's not a picky dog. Because other times she eats the shells without a problem at all. It's just every so often, it's the strangest thing I've ever seen. So yeah, she gets bone. I think that it's weird if you buy organic eggs, she eats the shells, but if it's the eggs that we buy to save money, they must clean it with something. I'll be right back. I gotta get her. No. What, you want on the bed? Apparently, she wanted me to put her on the bed. That is too funny. Oh. That doesn't surprise me. Okay, let's get these pressed open. And then we'll sew this last part together. That's supposed to look like that? Yes, it is. All right, we're almost, I'm getting it pressed. Give me a couple more seconds. All right. Now we got to sew this last piece here. Hi, Izzy. How are you? What do y'all think? I just got to sew this seam here and this block will be complete. It's an interesting looking block. We're almost there. Okay, let's get this pinned together. I'm good. Oh, thank you for that. Okay, let's get the pin in here for this point because we want to make sure these points or this point doesn't get chopped off. All right. This is always the fun part, making sure you get things to line up. Okay, got that part done. Let's get this other side. Then I can completely start pinning it all together. Yeah. And then we'll put it through this one. Okay. We're going to line them up. Uh-oh, I missed the top part of that. Okay, now it's pinned. Pin this one. You did a good job putting the block together, says Denise. Thank you. I sure was struggling with it to start with. There's been two of them out of these blocks that I've struggled with so far. But the other one was just those rectangle half triangles. It's the first time I've done them. So it was a little bit of a challenge until I improvised. But I'm glad I'm going to sharing this with you guys because I think these blocks are very cool. The pattern is just beautiful. I've been thinking about whether I'm thinking about maybe after I get these two challenges done, maybe I'll do another one and do it, in bright happy colors and see how it comes out. Or in the future do it anyway. All right. I think I got this ready to go. Let's get it done. Okay, let's see if this looks good on the inside. Yep, let's get it ironed. All right. I'm going to show it on both cameras. This is the camera overhead. Let me know when you see it. What do y'all think? Y'all happy with it? Thank you. I am very pleased with it. I'm glad I had a little help picking, arranging the colors, because remember I have to stay within the coffee shop. So this is coffee shop, coffee shop, coffee shop. And the background is coffee shop. So tomorrow night, I will have a lot of the pre-prep stuff done for the woven, which is, wait, that one over there. Because it's even more restrictive with color. Linda says, wow, pretty. Thank you. It came out really good. We got to show off some of this right here. And I think this, I'm glad we picked this green, because the green's really working for it. Happy early birthday, Andrea. When's your birthday? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Andrea. Happy birthday to you. And many more to come. Anyone else got a birthday? Whew. Okay. So this concludes making my batiks kismet. And tomorrow night we are going to make the one with the heirloom wovens. And then Friday we will be doing Katie Says. Saturday, hang on. Let me get you guys up to speed on what the plan is for this weekend. Okay. We'll work on hand and soul tomorrow by doing the heirloom wovens. And then Shonda and I, yeah, that's this Friday. Wait, what's today? I'm sorry. It is Katie Says. Next week is Shonda. Katie Says will be on Friday. And I think I am going to work on my puzzle mystery clues, because I haven't even touched my puzzle mystery. And then Sunday will be Peace of Mind, Mend in Pieces. Plus, I'll be sewing with Sherry on her channel. I also mentioned something about when we were going to do. I will be incorporating the link to the form you need to fill out to participate in the giveaway for September. And the giveaway will be on September 30th. And I will probably start the live at 12 noon. Wait, let me think. I want to run a 6-hour live. So yeah, so it'll be 6 p.m. my time, which would be 3. Well, you know what? I could probably run it. Maybe I could start it at, maybe I could start it at 6 p.m. Eastern, and let me think, which would be 7, 8, 9. No, I don't want to do it that late. I want to do it where, let me think for a minute. I want to end it at 1:30 my time. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. So that would be 7:30 my time, which would be 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so we'll probably start it at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, and I will end it 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, and that's on a Thursday, the 30th. It's the last day of the month. It's also the anniversary of this channel, 3-year anniversary. So I will be putting in the form in the bot and start sharing the links probably starting tomorrow. So if you want to participate in the giveaway is going to cover 4 gift cards, but also I'm going to give away 6 bundles of whatever, boxes of whatever, and it'll have fabric and notions in it of stuff that I will never use, and I can't see leaving it here to collect dust, so I'm going to give it to you guys as a thank you for helping my channel for the last 3 years. A lot of you have been with me since almost the beginning. There is a couple people who has been here since the beginning. Sean's one of them, and Shelby's another one that's been with me the whole 3 years. And I think there's 2 or 3 other ones also. But I will I'll be creating bundles of little boxes, and in the little boxes what I'll do is I'll be over the rest of August and part of September, I'll show you what's in each bundle so you'll know what you're looking at to be given. It will be worth your while. I'm not going to mail like 1 fat quarter. That's not how this is going to work. I'm giving 6 things away, and I'm going to make it worth your while. And I'm also planning on buying stickers from the tourist shop so I can stick in there, and maybe who else, I might find other things to stick in there that came from the factory. You know, they got lots of new Christmas ornaments inside the tannery, and I probably could get a decent rate for buying multiple of them, so I probably will do that too. So that's where I am on this. So see you tomorrow at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, and we'll do the other block. We'll do the same block but different color or different fabric altogether. And yeah, Raven says we like quilty whatever. So between the gift card, now one thing I am gonna, and I put it in the rules on the form. Once your name is drawn, your name will come out of the list. I don't want anyone winning more than 1 prize because that's just not fair. September 30th, Denise. So once you win, that's it. So and I will be like in when I'm doing the drawings, it'll be like I'll do one for a gift card, the next time it'll be a physical whatever I mail in a month, and then the next time it'll be a gift card, and rotate it so it's not the same thing in a row. All right, thank you everyone for coming to my live tonight. Remember to live, laugh, love, and dream. What do you do with that? You make something beautiful, or you go do something kind for someone else, because you never know, it might change their whole world. Good night, everyone, and see you tomorrow on the next live. Bye, everyone.